Obama?
Yes.
Obama's the man.
Okay.
Obama's the man. They say OBAMA, one big ass mistake, America.
Now, if I told you that airplanes were spraying chemicals into the sky to make artificial clouds, would you think that I was crazy?
No.
No, probably it's happening.
Hell no.
No, anything's possible.
We're here today in Hollywood, California, and we're going to report on a strange phenomenon that's happening all over the world. That phenomenon is called chemtrails. Chemtrails have been seen over every major city in the U.S. So we're here today to interview people and see if they know exactly what's happening right above them. Can we ask you a couple of questions?
What kind of questions? What kind of questions?
About what? Ma'am, do you have a second to answer?
No, sorry.
If I asked you what a chemtrail is, would you know what I was talking about? The stuff that comes out of jets. Do you know what chemtrails are?
No idea.
Okay, what about a contract?
No idea.
I'm assuming it's that.
If I showed you these lines up here, these white lines.
Yes, we have heard of them.
What is that? What is that, guys?
No idea. It's probably exhaust from a plane because it looks like it's moving right there.
Well, see that white line up there?
Yeah.
What is that?
Airplane.
Okay, I see the airplane, but what's behind the airplane?
Smoke. This is burning fuel.
Okay, so that's something that's normal, or
No idea.
I've seen it for years.
Well, is it? I'm from Australia.
okay?
It's pretty normal over there.
Have you ever seen something like this in the sky where you see white lines
All the time.
going across all of the time? Now, do you think that's normal, or do you think that that might be part of the program?
We just never question it because we just think, it's a trail of light going in the country.
Right, and I never questioned it until somebody pointed it out, and when they did, I thought they were completely nuts until I started witnessing the airplanes flying these in the sky.
He's chucking a wheelie and around to the next one.
Have you ever heard of what a chemtrail is?
From the jets?
From the jets. You know what a chemtrail is.
I think it's just exhaust from the plane.
What do you think they're doing up there?
Making some pretty sweet lines.
Okay. Is that good?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
There is a growing citizens movement demanding an explanation of chemtrails.
And I talked to my NSA buddies at Fort Carson, Peterson Air Force Base, and Buckley, where I was actually their doctor taking care of the pilots flying and spraying the chemtrails. So I know it's real. If anybody says it's not real, they're full of it.
It's not the same as conducting some localized test for some defensive project. This is open air operations. It's not a test. This thing is in place.
It didn't start till about 1996. Exactly. And, growing up my whole life, a condensation trail disappeared, the 20 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. And now it can be in the summer at like 4,000 feet, and there's these big clouds behind jets. Some jets leave it behind, leave a trail behind them. Other jets at the same flight level, same altitude don't. And, instead of just getting into are they spraying us or what's changed in the jet fuel or what's changed in the atmosphere, there are tens of thousands of declassified admissions under different programs where different Pentagon programs, different agencies of the government have tested chemical, biological, and radiological agents on the American people.
Well, many of the planes that we're seeing here in Abilene will actually turn whatever they're spraying on and off right before our eyes. I mean, you'll see a plane up there flying like normal, and then all of a sudden it starts spraying. We've seen them fly off into the distance and then loop around and fly back again. These are not your typical planes with a preordained path destination from city to city. Someone needs to explain to me why do they stop traveling in one particular direction and then loop around and come back again. They perform this behavior so many times that we start seeing the tic-tac-toe grids in the sky. We're witnessing the giant X's. And I mean, Rosalind, when you and I grew up, these contrails naturally dissipated in a few seconds or perhaps a minute max. But these things expand, they grow bigger, and before you know it, the entire sky is overcast.
That's correct. And we know from the FAA records that the jets from commercial airlines fly in straight lines, and coming across our county, there aren't many, and they stay mostly in certain patterns. The jets that we see leaving the persistent jet contrails move in directions that normal jets wouldn't fly because it would use too much fuel and put them off schedule. And the jets that we see here do loops. We've got pictures of them looping the same X's and crosshatches. But I believe that some of that, not only are they looking for keeping something in the air almost all the time, but we feel that some of the markings are to mark the start and stop areas for their programs so that they can watch their experiments either from satellite or the ground.
Which the goal of eugenics is to reduce the population of the planet. Many people believe that chemtrails might be part of this, and it's openly written that they plan to reduce the population down to about 500 million, which is between an 85-96% planetary reduction. What you see up there, that's all been sprayed out of airplanes, and those are artificial clouds. What they're not telling us is why they're doing it. A lot of people have said that this might be an agenda to literally depopulate the planet. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a good point. That's a good point. Wow. Man.
Be open, man, because that's what I believe. Yeah. I believe there's a eugenics agenda. Some say it's to fend off global warming. Others say it's weather modification. At any rate, it's not natural, and I think that we need to stand up. You know, we're out here today to increase awareness, and we really want to encourage people to take action. You know, the first time somebody told me about this, I thought that they were crazy.
Yeah, that'd be probably where my mind would sit right away for
right.
it. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, right behind me is what is called a contrail. Contrail is normal. It's when a plane hits a certain altitude, it leaves a vapor trail behind it. That vapor trail that you're seeing is literally ice crystals. Contrail is real similar to when we breathe.
Yeah, when it's cold outside, you breathe, you can see your breath.
And they quickly dissipate within a couple of seconds. That's normal. Contrails are normal. We've had them since jets have been flying. What we're seeing above is actually a chemtrail, and what's characteristic of a chemtrail is it's a white line behind an airplane, and it literally stays up in the sky for up to 30-40 minutes. That's what's characteristic of a chemtrail, and that's how we know the difference between a contrail and a chemtrail.
Some say they are simply jet contrails, but others claim it's the government creating chemical clouds to combat global warming. And tonight, one woman says the government's own data shows the chemicals are showing up in our drinking water. Her conclusion, those same chemicals, barium and aluminum and others, are showing up in water supplies across the state, spiking, sometimes above standards set by the Department of Health.
It literally looks like almost like a high cloud. So typically on a day you'll see many chemtrails sprayed up high above, they fall down and they spread out, and it actually looks like normal cloud cover. So much of this goes unnoticed right before our very eyes.
I definitely think that you should educate the rest of America because, I mean, these people are, you know, knowledge-wise. I mean, kids just don't go to school, they eat shitty food, they go to McDonald's. You know, there's no nutrition, so they can't think straight. Too much fluoride in the water, they dump. So no one questions anything. They walk around like robots. So definitely, you should definitely make an awareness and make a huge stand.
Why are they doing it?
Control the weather.
To control the weather?
That's my answer.
Now,
control the weather.
Many people, including myself, would say, why in the world would somebody want to control the weather?